What's
Hey,
up?
what's up? Yeah,
Hey, Greg,
that's old
Steve,
stuff,
Rick,
man.
Gloria,
Good
everyone in the
evening.
chat. Hey, Jamin.
What's happening, Greg? Hey, what's up? How you doing, Rob? Long time no see.
Right, right. Hey, I just talked to you this morning, in the
We
afternoon.
talked, but we didn't see each other because
Well,
neither one of us got on video.
well, maybe if you turn your video on, we could see each other, but kind of scare each other away.
Nobody wants to see what's in my background with all the goofy people that come walking up to me.
Well, you're the goofiest person I've seen.
How is everybody tonight? Get old, look back at your life, and realize you did something for your entire life that scares most people to death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, there's a show. Rick said it all. I want to say
So,
good evening to if there's any new subscribers out there. Good evening. Welcome to the show. It's a shit show, but it's our shit show.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Too damn ugly that early in the morning. Is that a private conversation? Ride till you die. I agree with that, Steve. I will ride till I die, whether it be a three-wheeler or what. But Rob, would you like to, start things off?
I want to know where you see this "ride till you die" comment.
Right here. I can't find my thing.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it was made at 6:30 exactly.
Well, maybe I should open up my eyes a little bit.
Frozen there for a second. We got frozen? No way. Probably because you were on. Yeah. What's he say? If I do the math right, I have ridden for 57 years. Wow, Steve.
Hey,
I,
That's
that's I'm 56, so you've been riding
I was
since
gonna say
before I was alive.
2 years more than I've been alive.
I've been riding for like 37 years total. You know, what was that? I was 10 or 11, 36 years, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 46 years. Man, you're making me do math. Put it, Steve. That's why Jamin don't come video in the morning. Oh, yeah, because I'm too ugly in the morning. Oh, okay, yeah. True that. You're right, yeah.
All right. So to kick things off, we're talking about the life cycle of a biker or motorcyclist, whatever you want to call it. Just don't call it late for dinner. You know. But this came out of Jamin's mind. That guy, right? I can't get this right. Point. Um, so we thought we'd run with it, and I had a bunch of notes. I written them down at work on a pad, and guess where they were? At work.
He left them all at work, guys.
But I was able to recoup
Wikipedia.
some stuff. So, like the first part of the life cycle for being a biker is the spark, the the youth, and you discover, you know, like what got you into it. You know, where did you were you curious? Did you see a motorcycle ride by like George Christie did? He saw a motorcyclist at a stoplight and he thought that was cool. That's what he wanted. You know, for me, it was my dad rode and I was riding on the back of his bike. That's what got me going. That was my spark. That's what got my curiosity. You know,
Yeah,
what about you, Jamin?
my dad rode too when I was a kid. Yeah, so it was pretty much a given that I was going to ride because my dad rode since the 50s. You know, he was I don't know 50 years old when I was born. 50 or so. He might have been older than that. Trying to put my phone on mute, guys. There we go. Keeps dinging.
Steve said he was sitting at school and he heard a motorcycle ride by. And look at him now.
Yeah. That's the second time you left notes at work. He's probably right. But yeah, my uncles on my stepmother's side, they were in clubs, and so they rode too.
Yeah.
That was when I was I don't know, 10 through 15, 16 is when that was going on. So yeah, bikes have always been part of my life. Started out just like everybody else on a little tricycle, pedaling it as a kid. And it seems like you go from tricycle as a kid, toddler, to when you're 80, I'm going to say 80 years old, just so Steve don't take offense. But anyway, you get to 80 years old, that's when you get your trike, your bike trike, if you want to call it a bike. But yeah, you get your trike when you're 80, and then that's your last bike. So you start off on a trike, you end on a trike. What do you think of that idea?
Nah.
Your dad rode too, Steve, but not when you was growing up. My mom rode before I was born. They had matching Honda Dreams. I think I've told you that before. Yeah, and then she got pregnant with my brother and quit riding. We grew up in the country, go-karts, mini bikes. Yeah, I had mini bikes. Yeah, little Yamaha 100 is the first dirt bike I can remember riding. I was probably 9, 10 years old. My brother wrecked it and tore the shifter and the foot peg up on it, and we couldn't ride it no more. What's up, Harley Pimp? How you been, man? It's been a long time, brother. Doctor's in the house. Hello. Oh yeah, everybody. Not to be leaving our show, but Mythical Rider, I do believe you're hosting the Rabbit Hole tonight, or you going to be a guest on the Rabbit Hole, something like that? I'm going to look at trike this weekend when I go up north. Oh, you might ride at home, huh? I don't know. You ever think you get a trike, Harley Pimp 420? 2 or 3 veterans who worked on when my dad rode motorcycles, so I learned from them. Cool. But yeah, then I can't, I won't go into details about club things, but of course, if you're in a club, your kids are definitely going to be riding. At least I hope you would have your kids riding.
Right.
But when does one move? That's what I said. You move about 80 years old. That way, you've got some time left, Steve. Yeah, you own a one of them old trikes from the 1800s. Yeah. Well, my dad we used to talk about Harleys, but I only knew him to own Hondas. So yeah. But yeah, he used to talk about it in the 50s when he owned Harleys. So 81 used to ride through our town every year. Oh yeah, a big annual run, yeah. That's cool. Harley Pimp has people riding. Club down the street from where you live. Okay. Rode into their 90s. Well, I hope I'm riding at 100 years old, whether it be a trike or not. I hope I'm riding at 100 years old. I said it. Keep smoking these, I won't be though. Here, let's put that out. He still rides everywhere, 84 years old. Is he still on two wheels? Probably. Harley stopped making real bikes in 1969, the summer of 1969. The summer of love. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, as long as I can still hold my little bike up, I'll ride till I'm 100. Oh man, been rough, man.
Right.
Hot and then rain and humidity. That makes you not want to ride. Bought a new road glide on his 80th birthday. Wow. No idea, dear. Do you know anything there, Rob?
Um, no, Greg doesn't have one either.
Huh. Wonder if somebody's been in here messing around.
Let me see if I can get in.
If it was a Yamaha or Honda dealership a couple of blocks away from me, from Biscuit World going into Richwood, West Virginia. They closed back in the late 80s. Biscuit World, when we were at Mobbin in the mountains, there was I think it was Biscuit World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We didn't eat there, though. I think, actually, didn't Doc Harley, did you eat there at one of them biscuit places? Yeah, Rob, you got to go next year, man. I don't know if I don't think it's going to be in Somerville next year, though.
But I gotta go, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Cool. Hang out with everybody. I wanted to get on the other night, but you didn't eat there. Okay. Yeah, Biscuit World. That's you guys, Dallas and DDK, right? You guys ate there at the Biscuit World. That's what the name of it is. No excuses. Hey Doc, you're getting ready for a rally coming up, aren't you? And that leads me into the lifestyles of the biker. When do you start going to rallies? As a child, a kid, or do you wait till Personally, I wasn't allowed to go to those things. Mom wouldn't let me go to them when I was a kid. So, but anyway, like I said, when do you start going to rallies? That's I didn't start till I was 24.
Oh,
And
geez.
yeah, and
For me, I was in my 50s.
before you went to your first one,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, actually, around 50 because I didn't go until 21, so a little over 50.
Yeah, that campground was pretty cool. That's why I wanted to take my old lady back there, but she was kind of feeling poorly. Gettysburg, yeah, that's it.
Right.
Are you going to be talking about Gettysburg tonight on your show? Because I noticed you didn't have a real topic in your thumbnail.
So,
You got it back.
so Jamin, that kind of brings us to the second part of the life cycle, which is called the rise. Um, Being a young adult and brotherhood. Uh, your first real bike, was, did you do a long ride? Um, the first time to really feeling the wind, is that called the rite of passage, or is that something that you have to do when you get a motorcycle? Is not wear a helmet so you can feel that wind on your face? Did you ride in a crew? or did you ride solo? Um, did you find your identity there, and did you get any tattoos or symbols of defiance, basically?
Rebelness. And I'll be honest with you, I have never gotten a tattoo because um, mom told me, well, mom and dad told me that the fastest way to be uh, marked is to get a tattoo, and then all the police will know who you are.
Right.
So I never got a tattoo.
I believe I've got 7 of them.
So
Yeah.
I ain't nothing wrong with tattoos. To each their own. I've never felt that there's anything that I want to put on myself.
Right.
So.
My next one will probably be Tweety Bird.
Okay, that'd be one I wouldn't put on myself.
There's special meaning behind that one.
Yeah, I can dig it. Yeah.
My dad's CB handle was Yellow Canary, and he always had Tweety Bird. So my first bike was a 77 Yamaha 650 with electric and kickstart. Think about that.
I have one that thinking. I don't know what that one is. Let's get matching face tattoos. Yeah, okay, Dow. Where I grew up, tats were known as identifying marks. That's pretty much what mom and dad taught me when I was growing up. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, cool. I want one. And then I got 7.
Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to think. I don't think any of my brothers have tattoos either. My sister did, but yeah, I don't remember any of my brothers ever showed me a tattoo. So yeah, I guess each one of us is got the same thing drummed into us.
well, I've got one that kind of needs to be touched up because the red is kind of fading out. But so yeah, I mean, so
Oh, you think that's the way to be able to identify your body? My dad says ladies don't smoke, swear, or tats. Good thing I'm the black sheep.
so the question there, Steve, is what would you be
What's
doing
up,
that
Vic?
your body would need to be identified?
Well, see, now if I would have went into the Navy like plans were after when I graduated high school, but my eye wouldn't let me. I would probably have gotten tattoos because it would have been the thing to do in the Navy. It's everybody I know's got Navy tattoos and shit.
Hey, Sick, how you doing?
People that were in the Navy anyway. Mythical Rider says I never claimed to be a lady. 1% who has a pair of lips tattooed on his bum. That way, when the cops, okay.
I got a pair of lips.
Just one of the boys.
Didn't realize how dirty my arms were until I put my arms up.
You'll have that if you work. Fuck.
I work harder than you. Believe it or not.
No, I'm not buying that one, brother. Nope.
No. What do you mean, no?
I'm not buying that one, man. You don't work harder than me. Steve might work harder than me, but you don't.
Well, he's a preacher. He works harder than all of us.
That he does. Did you get your guitars there, Sage Steve? I know he was talking about they're going to take them on a float or something.
So now you think about you know, your first bike, and did you ride solo? Did you join a group? You know, that's you're getting your feet wet. That is trying to find out who you are, where you want to, where you fit in, basically, as I see it. I found my place, and my place is pissing everybody off,
Sure
apparently.
is. Mhm. That's your place, huh? Pissing everybody off.
Oh yeah, I tend to piss quite a few people off, and they don't like it because I point out things that they don't see and they don't like it. So, oh well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just gonna get to there, Frog. I've got more scars than I do, than that's how I'd be identified because of scars. What's
See,
up, XS?
excess, you don't fit in at all, just like me. You just don't fit in.
Oh, it's sometimes very dangerous there, Evil. Depends on how
Right.
high I stack the cars.
So
Um,
so now moving on, now you're getting into the, as it's called, the grind, the midlife, or the mastery as you call it, is what, now you're a seasoned biker, but what is midlife anyway, right? Is it 40, 50, 35, 60? But by now you should be a seasoned biker. You know the roads, you know your machine, you know the code. Um, you may run a garage, a club. You may do bike work out of your own garage for people. Are you a mentor to a younger rider? I'm not. I'm just one of them people who thought they'd never be a politician. Well, I'm a biker politician, basically.
a biker politician. Yep.
Um, this is one of the era of the long hauls, deep bonds, and scars that tell stories, everyone. So, yeah, right now I am at the grind. That's my where I am at. You know, I am not anywhere in the late part of my riding years, nowhere near being done riding at all.
I feel like I've been in the grind for a very long time.
Well, hippy dippy for president.
Yeah, I tried to let the kids um, learn too. I want to get my granddaughters out so I can get them on motorcycles. Hey, Bone. But yeah, I definitely want to get them out riding. That way they can experience the wind in their face.
Right.
Sent you a link for Sportster Parts Department, and I will be getting it from them and getting my money back from Harley Davidson because I ordered it over 2 weeks ago and I still haven't gotten it. Well, dude, stuff happens, and you're not going to get it every time as soon as you think. Because you could get your money back from them and go to the sports department, whatever you want to call it, and they'll take 6 weeks for you to get it. So I mean, all depends if a part's back ordered, a part's back ordered.
Right.
There you go. Might as well run for mayor first.
So, but Doc, you get the bike that's right for you. That's what I recommend.
What kind of bike is right for you, though? Because
Right.
if you really look at it, motorcycles are just motorcycles. Transportation.
Well, I would say a Kawasaki, but I don't think Doc would be seen on a Kawasaki.
He probably would give him an old H2 or something.
To find the right bike for you, go out, try sitting on different bikes to see what feels right.
There
Then you
you
take
go.
it out for a ride. If it doesn't feel right, that's not the right bike for you. Every bike can be modified to your liking to however you want. If it could be lowered, it could be raised. You know, even a metric cruiser could be modified too. Just not as much as Harley, but it can be modified.
Dr. Harley looked good on a Honda Grom. Don't want to work on it that much. Those undependable Kawasaki's. I don't know, man. All the new bikes they're pretty much equal. You know, it boils down to price or attitude, because if that's another thing about the growing up Harley. If you grow up all Harley, you know, Harley Davidson this, Harley Davidson that. It's the only motorcycle made in America. Harley Davidson this, Harley Davidson that.
Right.
Indian motorcycles not really Indian. It's Polaris, that kind of shit. You know, so Crossbones. There you go. Those are pretty nice. What's his face? Professional Monkey had one. All those KZs did run good. The Hondas from the 70s ran good. You know, the Suzuki's I thought ran good from the 70s, because
Right.
my first motorcycle was a Suzuki, the street motorcycle, Suzuki 250. I didn't have it long, and then I got a Honda 350, and then a Honda 450. Yeah.
Right.
I rode a Honda 350 all the winter, going back and forth to about 22 miles one way and 22 miles back the other way. So 44 miles a day, basically, all winter long on that little Honda. You went like a little champ. The new bad boy, or the old bad boy, I guess. Do they have a new bad boy? Honda Elsinore. That was a dirt bike, wasn't it, Steve? Good luck with that, Greg, because most people, you know, everybody changes their bike basically. I think I'm the only one that hasn't changed his.
Right.
But like I told everybody, until I pay that motherfucker off, it ain't getting nothing. The bars are just fine. The exhaust, I might do the exhaust, but because I'm looking for a set of fishtails put on, see what they sound like. Yeah, Elsinore was a dirt bike when they first came out. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
You know. Maybe a nice road glide there, Doc.
Well, he's got one of those.
He's still saving up for that Pro Monkey Super Duty seat from Madden Black.
Bull Taco, that was another dirt bike that was hell on. It either stormed a Normand or ran you into the dirt. Friend of mine in Wichita rode a new one through a chain link fence. Damn. Sent me a text last week. My parts were in it. Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
Put out a video or something on it, didn't he? I can imagine you're pissed, but you got the one part right. It's probably the part that you need the other part to put that part on, right? That's usually the way it works. Okay, you rode with a guy who kept his road glide all stock. Okay. Never had one. Oh, that's right. Riding a Yamaha, and then Elsinore gave me a run for my money.
Right. We'll laugh at the Hondas until they came out with the Elsinore.
Yeah, they were a bad bike. No, Elsinore.
Yeah, I gotta have that clutch spring. Yeah, I
So,
would have gotten pissed off too.
so when you get into the later parts of life,
Yeah.
uh, do you? Wait a minute. Sorry, I got a text. Had to read it. No, I'm not reading it online either. The guy that rode through the fence was a dirt racer. I did a lot of dirt riding. He rode for Honda. I rode my dirt bike a lot on the street because I grew up in the city, so I didn't have the woods at the park was where I had to ride in the woods at.
Well, you heard it right here. Doc is going to get a gold wing.
Hey, Goldwing's pretty nice. My brothers had quite a few of them. Um, Evil Rick, he's got a one I'm gonna go down and look at here at the end of July, if he can wait that long. But yeah, my brothers had quite a few gold wings, and the new ones are unbelievable. You know, Smitty rides.
Yeah.
He's got an unbelievable gold wing, man.
Yes,
And
he
then
does.
there's another guy, Cruise Man. He does gold wing repairs and oh, he's got all kinds of videos out on gold wings, 2018 and up, and they're a beautiful bike. If you want all that, if you want a car, because I mean it's a car on two wheels. Yeah, Dallas had a good looking gold wing.
No. Who knows? I might just skip getting a Harley and go for a gold wing myself.
All right.
You're very comfortable.
You're gonna get a Harley. I know you are. You'll end up with a Road Glide.
Name a Harley that can match a gold wing.
The Ultras, rest in peace, Hot Wing. That was the name of Dallas's gold wing. But you never could see yourself riding a gold wing, Steve? Come on, man. Yeah. How long did you have your gold wing, Dallas? Because that was what, 4 years ago now? Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Time flies. You know how time works. TikTok's away.
Right.
And before you know it, you're on that damn trike.
Well, today's gold wings don't look anything like they did when I was growing up.
No, they look like a regular motorcycle when you were growing up, because they were. Honda had built the wing when he started. Yeah, it would be riding gold wings. Yeah, he did like Honda gold wing. I've seen interviews with him and said that. Salty has a '98 Ultra for sale, $3,800. That's a pretty good deal there. Decent deal anyway. I mean, don't all gold wings have wear. I don't know if they have to. Yeah, I don't think it's a requirement. They just do it like Harley riders wear bandanas. The same thing. Couple years didn't care for the mid controls. Couldn't you have put? Oh, you couldn't put forward controls on those because of the heads, could you? Yeah. No, it's not the law, Steve.
So, if we're keeping track with things here, now we're going to move into called the reflection. You got to reflect on your life of being a biker.
Seasoned biker.
the elder years and the legacy. So you're still riding, but you're slower, like Greg. I can't say Steve because he'll outrun me. Um,
Good stuff.
you got a vintage bike. You got your stories are full and richer now. Um, campfire stories. You ride more solo than you do anything else. Now you're going to pass the torch. Um, you become a legend in your respected circle. You're weathered. You're wise. Well, some of us are weathered and wise. I mean, y'all can't be like me, but just saying.
Yeah, doesn't everybody like to ride alone? But
I,
yes,
I
you would be moving into reflections, I would say.
I love riding by myself because I have no one to watch out for. I have no one to look and say, okay, this person slowed down, so no, I gotta slow down. You know that type of thing. So I'm by myself. I can just go where I want. I don't have no worries, man.
Right.
Hey, Donna.
If I have to do real long distance, the only way to roll is alone. Yeah, because you feel like, at least I do. I'm always worried about checking my mirrors to make sure they are still behind me or they are in front of me. I'm always worried about that. Who's going to need gas first? I agree that if I want to do long distance rides and I want to go somewhere, I'd like to go get there alone.
Right. You know, yesterday I did about an hour, 2 hours of riding. Just me. And everywhere I went, I want to go down this road. Road closed. Road closed. Road closed. Fucking roads.
Trailer Queen stage. Now, is that pulling a trailer or or putting your bike on a trailer?
I'd say
Because
putting the bike on a trailer unless you got a toy hauler like some YouTubers we know.
yeah, well, shit happens. But if you want to go in comfort, yeah, the way to go is a toy hauler and your van or your mobile motor home or your camper. I guess that would be toy hauler. But anyway, uh, but going and camping is just as fun and just as nice. You put a tent on the back of your fucking bike and chuck it on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, find a couple of container trailers or get a big rig enough garage. Dude, freaking red lights. I think bikes should have red light changers. When you pull up the red light, you should be able to push a button and change the fucking light. Because it never fails when I'm leaving my house, unless somebody pulls up behind me or across the street to turn. The light never turns. I can sit there for 20 freaking minutes. I don't, but I could. Uh,
Oh,
and the light never changes. And then somebody pull up behind me. 30 seconds later, the light's changing. It's like, why can't my bike trigger the daggone light? Trailer when it breaks or when you get old, like Shadow. Man, just something in my hand. What the hell
well,
is that?
the the air conditioner up here just blew a circuit, so
Uh-oh, yeah, it got darker.
yeah.
Yeah, I got one. If you use the air fryer in the kitchen, it blows that one. I'll wait for you to go back down there, change your
Yeah.
thing, and see what I can do here. I can. The trailers aggravate me on the way to Sturgis, 70 mph side by side when the speed limit is 80 and we roll at night. Oh, the people with their trailer bikes, they have electronic ones you put on your frame. Oh, do they? Well, where the hell you get them at? And what are they called? Because I want one. I do keep my bike on a trailer. Oh, yeah, it's your garage. Yeah, I do sit there and sometimes if you blow the horn, it will trigger the light. I do admit that because uh, not this light by my house, but other lights, yeah, it will trigger it. Definitely have a trailer with tools to work on the bike while at a rally so you don't break the bank. Well, it depends on what you're riding, uh, Bone. If you're riding a chopper, yeah. But if you're riding a new bike, like some of us are, uh, you don't really worry about it breaking down. My '90s, yeah, I had a '98 Electra Glide, and it broke down on the way back from Sandusky. Actually, it broke up in Sandusky, and we were coming back that day. Uh, the shifter broke, and when I got back here to order to go get the parts from my Harley dealer, that's when I picked up Blanche. Um, they made me a deal I couldn't refuse. Yeah, Doc has a show tonight. You're gonna be back too? Well, okay. Just bought a new rear tire to get ready for Sturgis. Cool, cool. Yeah, I just when we went to before mobbing the mountains, I had bought 2 tires for um, the Harley, and then I bought 1 tire for the Yamaha, and then decided that I needed the other one, so I bought the other tire. So yeah, both of them's got brand new tires on it this year. So Honda riders are well informed. Most Honda riders are. What's up, Ghost Eagle? Victory. Then now see, victories are a strange thing because if you ride them and they break, you might not be able to get parts for them anymore because Polaris doesn't make them. They won't give you parts for a victory anymore. And if it's not a Indian part that goes on an Indian motorcycle these days, you ain't gonna get it. It'd be an awesome idea, especially if you're the only person on the road. Just change the lights and go through. Yeah, that'd be cool. Has anyone seen the advertising of rent to own a Harley Davidson? Not rent to own, but I have seen that you can rent them. That's from that Eagle Rider. Tires are not cheap. $500 for the Harley and $478 for 500. Both basically both of them $500. $250 a piece, basically. I mean, that's mounted and balance, so I don't figure that's too bad.
Oh.
If you own a Victory, you also have a brown bag to put over your head. Brown bag to put over your head so that we can see it. That's pretty funny.
I want to say something.
Morning? What? You just wake up, Ghost? Dang on! It's 6:30 at night, not 6:30 in the morning.
I want to say something. XS said I'm old. You know what? He's older than me.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well then, there you go. Oh, I want a special shout out to Evil Rick. I want to say thanks again. I love it. He's back. All right. What's this? You rent to own your sofa, TV, and lawnmower. Why not a motorcycle? Why not? Basically, I mean, that's if you're, I'm paying payments on mine, so basically, I'm renting to own it. Wouldn't you think? Jesus, that would be like trying to get a mint hot rod. The rent to own fees for new Harley Davidson would be killer. Yeah, you'd end up paying $40,000 for a $20,000 bike, or worse. And I want to know, okay? I want to know How can some people get basically below MSRP for the Gray Ghost when other people are having to pay 38 grand for the damn thing, man? Harley Davidson actually giving away, oh, they're giving away helmets too. Big stipulations on it, but you have to pay the price of the bike and taxes as income. Huh. That would be worth checking into.
Right.
Basically, you could rent it for a month or you could rent it for 2 own. Yeah, it's been a minute since you've been out, man. Ain't seen you in forever. Bank owns your bike. They're nice enough to let you ride it. Flex your headlights a few times. Watch the lights change. It doesn't work at my light. The light at my house does not change unless a car is on that little pad. Just saying. So how did your light blow there, buddy? Or your air conditioner?
Probably it's an older circuit that needs to be replaced.
Yeah, if you use the air fryer same time the air conditioning is on in there, it blows the fuse. So I know what you're talking about. I live in an old brick house too. Well, brick garage.
Well,
Greg's those evil Rick.
Your bike's newer than mine, but it's got a lot more miles than mine.
Who's mine?
No,
Oh,
Steve.
Steve's bike. Yeah, Steve's bike. Yeah, he's got what, almost 100,000. Almost, I said, give or take 40,000. How's that?
Right. So here's a question: a car or a motorcycle, once it's 20 years old, it's a classic, right?
Yeah.
So I'm 55. Does that mean I'm classic?
You're something. Classic, I don't know. 60 amps on a 50 amp circuit. Poof. How much can an air fryer put out, man? Come on.
More than you think.
You have 101,000 miles on it now. Wow, Steve. Since 2017, guys. That man does some riding.
So if I'm an antique, Steve, what's that make you? A relic?
You're an old fart.
Well, I do tend to fart.
So when you come to the end of bikerism, what is that called?
That would be your final ride.
Final ride.
You know, you park your bike and you're done riding, or you take that final ride to your space, to your spot. You know, that's the end of the cycle right there.
Well,
Eagle, Ghost, you're older than me. Come on.
The end should never be. You should never think of it as being done, because there's something else out there, and you can ride till you can't ride no more.
Well, that's what they're saying when you say you park your bike. You're not riding. You can't ride no more, or you ride until it's your absolute last ride. And my dad is still a biker, even though he doesn't ride no more, and I've got his trike. He'll always be one to me. So
right. Yeah. The best time in the world was when my dad rode with me and my brother. Uh, he almost dropped the bike, but yeah, he was 70. I want to say 75 when he took that last ride with us back in
Yeah.
2015. But yeah, he we did about 20 to 50 miles somewhere in between there. Uh, it was so much fun just being out riding with my dad. You know,
Right. I'm just glad I rode with a few years with my dad.
right?
You know, that was fun. I could see the smile on his face when we went out and did some riding. You know,
Yeah,
so
a lot
and
of fun.
now he
It
lost.
was a lot of fun when I was a kid, just riding on the back of the motorcycle. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
I guess that's where I could honestly say it started for me was being on the back of the motorcycle and you know just wanting to be on it, feel the wind.
I do love them gold wings, man.
But you don't ride one. You have one, but you haven't rode it.
I gotta get it going.
Yeah. Speaking of, do you want to give everybody the lowdown of what you did the other day?
What do you mean the lowdown of what I did?
Checking for the fire and
Checking for spark?
the gas. Yeah.
Why?
Made
What?
sure, made sure it had spark.
Oh, it's got spark. I Stephen Greg can tell you that. Yeah, it's got spark.
What's
I
up,
found
Tony?
out it got spark.
Ghost rode a 97
How you doing,
electric
Carney?
ride in 1998 to Sturgis, if I'm reading that correctly. How you been, Carney?
You know,
Things
yeah.
good out
So,
there in California? Eh? Ain't that where
so
you're at?
what I did was I'm trying to figure out why the bike's turning over, but it's not firing. Well, it's got a vacuum petcock, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So we're talking and doing video and pull the plug, pull the fire off and stick the screwdriver in there and hit the start. Okay, right. I know this. I can do that. I go to that, stick the screwdriver in there, put it close to the metal, and I hit the start button. Boy, did I jump. Because stupid me, I also was holding on to the handle, but I was also hitting the metal part of the screwdriver. So yeah, I know it got spark.
You just don't have fuel now. Well,
So I
what you
just
do
gotta
there,
figure out why
what you
it's
do
not
there,
getting fuel.
Rob, what you do there, Rob, is you take the make sure you take a good piece of rubber hose, you stick on the end of the petcock, and you and see what happens.
I'm saving that for you, Jamin.
Oh hell no. Yeah, Hellfire says, "Did you have spark?" And then I guess you finish the story.
Oh yeah, I got that pretty good.
60K of spark will wake you up. Yes, it will.
And then you had Steve and Greg laughing in the background because I said, "Yep, got spark."
Yeah, you're lucky I wasn't there.
You know, but that's kind of what some memories and stories are made of. Because now they're gonna say, "Remember, Rob, when you did this?"
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Now you can say that. Or people can say that to you.
You know, so yeah, that's kind of what's memories and stories are kind of made of is doing shit like that. And
Oh, you're in
you know,
Albuquerque. Okay. New Mexico, that's kind of close to California, a couple states away, right? And geography is not my best suit, so yeah,
yeah,
don't blame me.
but see, Jamin, at least you know where Minnesota is, where one YouTuber doesn't even know where Minnesota is.
Don't you know? You was giving spark treatment yesterday while getting therapy. Oh yeah, did they get you lifting up off the table?
I would think it's got a fuel pump, Steve. My
Um,
Yamaha had a fuel pump and a petcock.
well, the Yamaha that I got does have a external fuel pump. So yeah, uh, it runs from the petcock down to it and then back up to the carburetor, which makes no sense. My '85 Suzuki's got external fuel pump too. So, but they're both carbureted motorcycles.
But when I turn it on, I don't hear it cycling through. So it might be the fuel pump is out.
First thing you gotta do is check the fuse on that. And the next thing is start looking at wires, make sure they ain't ate through from a mouse. If it has a pulse or electric fuel pump. Mine sounds electric because when you turn the key on after it's sat for a few days, it pumps the carburetor's fuel. Comes on like that. Unplug the hose from the carburetors and turn the engine over. Which hose? The vacuum hose to make sure it's got vacuum. Is that what you're talking about, Steve? Or I'm sorry, Evil. Did you freeze, Rob?
No, I didn't freeze.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but we can YouTube diagnostics all we want. You know, it's getting out there and working on it. That's what has to be done. Yeah, it's got a fuse. Mine does anyway. It says fuel on it. You know, in the fuse box that's got gold wings or electric. No hose from or to the carbs. No hose.
It does have a fuel pump. It is located in the tank, but I
Service.
don't have fuel injection.
Yeah, that's another thing, Rob. You need a service manual. If you're going to fix anything on the damn thing, you need to get a service manager. My 82 Magna has an electric fuel pump. It has 2 fuel tanks. No shit. No kidding. 2 fuel tanks. Wow. What's it like split in half like a Harley? And that's another thing. All the Harleys that have passed through my hands, and I've actually owned 3 or 4. This is my 4th Harley that I've actually owned. The other Harleys have just passed through my hands via my brother buying them and me putting them in my name. but but anyway, get back to the thing. The Harley Davidson had the vacuum pump, to where, or not pump, but vacuum petcock. Spoke another one, Jamie, where you would turn the motor over, it creates vacuum, sucks fuel into the carburetors, and then fires it up. Yeah, your bike fuel injected, Ghost, because you got a newer one.
Well, I looked this up and it says it does have a fuel pump because it's a fuel injected motorcycle. Funny, I've got 6 carbs. There's nothing fuel injected.
Sure they're not throttle bodies then? Because they could be 6 individual throttle bodies.
I don't think so. So that's probably why it's a gravity or a vacuum petcock.
That's what it was, yeah. Split tank. Yeah. I've never had one with the split tanks. That's what I was getting to. Thank you, Connie. Well, guys, it is that time. It's been an hour already. We could go on if you want, but I'm sure you're bored with us by now. It has a tank on top and the main little tank down low in the frame. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard of that. Needs a pump to push the fuel up to the carbs. Yeah, I have heard that the Magna has the tank in the bottom. Yeah. What year is it? 1500 has two carburetors. 1200 has four. It is a. What year is your Valkyrie?
It's a 2000. It's a
2000,
1500.
2000, 1500. So if you put in your serial number of your bike, you'll find exactly what it has. What do you
It's
put that into?
it's got 6 carbs, 3 on each side.
What's happening, James? How you been? Long time no see. Thank you very much, Sir Doc. It's always a good show watching yours. Check to see if the fuel flows before buying parts. Yeah. Rob has 6. It's a Valkyrie. Yeah. Could be something as simple as a clogged fuel filter.
Mhm. You'd think it'd still fire though if it's a clogged fuel filter.
Well, if you actually spray fuel, I wouldn't spray uh, starting fluid, but I would spray fuel into them
Right.
and see if they would start. Just like put it in a spray bottle and just squirt, 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 and try it. See what happens.
So
Worst thing to do is burst into flames. That's the worst thing to do. Make a model and serial number on Google. Okay. And it'll find out exactly what it is. Okay. Yeah, like on your phone, type in Google. Hey Google, what's this? Right? That's open mic night on the cool. Are they on now, Frog?
yes.
Yeah. I'll have to tune in. You would think you could get one carb to work if it's getting gas. Well, that's what he's saying. It's not getting any gas, or it
It,
was leaking, wasn't it? Wasn't that the whole main
it was
problem, that it was
my
leaking?
dad said the front right carb is leaking when he twists the throttle. Um, but I can't get it to fire. So, but it's got spark. It's got spark.
Carburetor cleaner would work as well, Steve says. Okay. Well, Evil Rick, put your last one in there, like you always do, and we'll go out because I have to get something to eat. I'm starving. Yeah, Lolly's on now. I'm going to tune in.
I should do a video on that Valkyrie and post it up and see if you can think of something.
Steve says, take off the tank, pull the air filter, spray carb cleaner while you crank it. There you go.
So if I take the tank off, I'm going to have to disconnect the fuel lines just to get the carbs out.
Well, you could
So I
always
can
just
put my
pour
tank
fuel right down in the fuel lines then. Just saying.
So,
Thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate you each and every week.
we'll get it figured out, guys. We'll get it figured out.
Yeah, we got good things coming up with a few different guests. So just hang out. It's coming.
Yep, and keep watching for the Biker Roadhouse. We're out riding. We're busy. We'll get back into it here as soon as we
Soon.
can.
Yeah, very soon. And Steve also says check to see if you're getting fuel and trace it back to the tank. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Steve and me going to sit and watch the circus. Hey, that'd be a good video for you to put up, Shadow. I'm just saying. Oh, sorry. You ain't got a camera, do you?
Well, I got a camera.
Your phone?
I've got a mini action camera too.
Oh, okay. Did you get another one?
No, I still have the one.
Time to go get ice cream.
You
Peace, y'all.
see that one?
We already had. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So what y'all want me are saying? You all want me to see me get sprayed with gasoline now? I see how it is.
Don't check for spark while you got gas on you.
Hey James, but yeah, I gotta get my dinner's ready, y'all.
Yeah, and I'm starving. So
Hi, Starvin. I'm Shadow.
peace, y'all.
All right, y'all take care.